Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolfie. Oh boy, there's been a couple things on my mind. I was just thinking. I just heard about former President Barack Obama and his lovely wife Michelle they recently got a deal with Netflix to do a series of, I don't know if it's a series, but I think it's like a series of specials or something like that. It was an undisclosed amount from my understanding. So I don't know what kind of deal that they got with Netflix beyond that. But there's a couple things I was thinking about regarding the Obama legacy. The Obama legacy didn't leave much to be desired. I'm going to be honest about it. It really didn't. I mean, the only thing that it did leave to be desired is that for future generations of blacks that are probably and likely inspire future generations of blacks to run for high office. Because now the bar has been raised. Okay. Considering Obama, like a lot of African American young men that was raised by a single parent mother. Okay. Now you guys who've been raised by single parent mothers have no excuses not to do better. Okay. Period. No excuses. But I know what you're going to say. But Obama had his natural grandparents behind him. A lot of single-parent mother households in the African-American communities do too. Okay? So, again, no excuses as far as I'm concerned. But you're going to say, well, Barack Obama actually didn't come from a poor background. Okay. Not everybody who's been raised by single-parent mother households are poor. Many of them are, but that ain't everybody. Okay. Still, my thing of it is, there is no excuses. Okay? I know somebody personally who was raised in a single-parent household with 8 kids. And they did all right. It's just what you want to make what you like. That's all. You can't make excuses about the situation you're in. I mean, I told you about my situation. And from my background, where I came from. And you know how I was when I was raised at home. You know? And did I let it define who the hell I was? No. I defined myself based on my experiences, based on who I am, not based on my environment. See, a lot of us do that. We wear the environment like it's a badge on our sleeve. You know, a badge on our arm or something. Like, well, I'm representing this hood or that hood. Okay, that's fine if you represent where you came from. But are you going to let it completely define who you are as a person? You know? And when I say define you as a person, are you going to let what experiences that you had to deal with living there with somebody else's influences define you as a person? You shouldn't. You know? Because not all influences are good. There are good influences, don't get me wrong. There are good influences and there are bad influences. You know? I've had a little of both in my life. But I didn't let both influences necessarily define who I was. I defined who I was based on my experiences, based on things that I want out of life. You know? Now, in the case of Obama, and for all what he did as president, what all he did to do to get there, I'll give him this. He really didn't let too many people define who he was. He defined it on his own terms. Although I will say there's, as far as him being president, there was much left to be desired. It really was. That's the truth. Despite all that. You know. And you can't keep making excuses about it. You know. I watch shows like, matter of fact, I got to go watch it today. My 600-pound life. You hear people say, well, you know, my mama wasn't shit, my daddy wasn't shit, I was abandoned, abused, and blah, blah, blah. So I decided to eat myself to about 400 pounds, or 500, 600 pounds. To me, that's just your way of not dealing with the problem. That's just your way of not looking to move past drama. You know? Myself, I had family members, very close family members, told me I wasn't going to be shit. Or I wasn't going to be just like so-and-so. I was going to be just like my daddy. I heard it all. And then some. You know? But I did not let my environment or the people who are around me define me as the person I am today. I think I'm a better person because they were around, but I did not let them define me based on me being around them. You know, and that's a part of the problem. A lot of us are so easily influenced to a point where we let other people define us based on the fact of the environment that we come from. You should not do that. You know, I think you should define yourself based on your abilities and your capabilities and your skill set and build yourself. You know, that's the bottom line for me. I'm sorry, that's the way I see life sometimes when it comes to that. Too many of us wants to define ourselves based on what somebody else's influence, and that's not necessarily a good thing, guys. It's not. Because if you base it on that, then you basically basing your life on a lie. Right. Because after all, it is your life. When you get to a certain age, you have to take control of your own. And that's why I said if you're in an environment, a toxic environment specifically, you know, where in the case of you were in abused or used or whatever terrible experiences that if you did go through, you don't let it define you as a person. You don't let it get to a point where you say, well, I was abused, so I'll let myself get there. Or I was assaulted, and I always let people do that. No. In other words, don't let yourself get down to a point where you just become what the environment says you are and define you for where you need to be and who you need to be. That's all I'm saying. Just give me a little something to chew on. This is DJ Wolf. Looking to do a podcast tonight. I'm going to try to get one out. Hopefully not too late tonight. For about an hour or so. Well, guys, questions or comments, of course, DJ Wolf line, DJ Wolf Live at AOL.com. That's AOL.com for DJ Wolf Live at AOL.com and DJ Wolf Live at gmail.com. All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf. I'll talk to you guys later.